Hey YouTube, my name is Kayla Rayne, and today I will be doing a book haul. So first things first, I have a new background. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm actually in the same room that I was filming in before, but I'm in front of my bookshelves now, and I feel like an official booktuber because I have my bookshelves here, I have some here, I have a candle. It just feels official. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get into the book haul. So if anyone follows me on Twitter, then you already knew that I did some book shopping while I was in Asheville the other day, and I bought some pretty awesome books from two independent bookstores that I really enjoyed, and I'll talk more about that when I get into those books. But I also made a book outlet purchase and some Amazon purchases, so I'll go ahead and tell you which ones I purchased from and go ahead and explain my experience with each of them. For my Amazon purchases, I got The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black, The Cure for Your Dreaming by Kat Winters, and Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott. And with Amazon, I always have a really good time ordering with them. I have Prime, so it's always 2-day shipping. They're really good about getting pre-orders into you as soon as possible, and I really like purchasing off of Amazon because I can usually get some really cheap books from them. Next, I got some books from Book Outlet, and I'm really excited to see these because I have a trilogy in here that I want to get started on as soon as possible. So first, I have 10 Things We Did and Probably Shouldn't Have, and this is by Sarah Milnowski, I think that's how you pronounce it. And I remember really enjoying her Bras and Broomsticks series in middle school, so I'm really excited to check out more from her. Which means, of course, I purchased Give Me a Call by the same author, and also How to Be Bad by the same author with Lauren Miracle and E. Lockhart, who wrote We Were Liars, which is so freaking amazing. It's the only one I've read by her, but I mean, it was enough for me to want to check this book out. And then I have this little lovely trilogy that I purchased, and I'm super pumped about, and I can't wait to get started on this. It includes Enclave, Outpost, and Horde, all by Anna Guire. One of the nice things about Book Outlet is they're ridiculously cheap prices, and I usually like to check and see if there are any books that I want to purchase on their site first to see if I can kind of get it cheaper, and their shipping isn't too bad. I think I get it for around $6, but there is the possibility of some damage with your books. Actually, all of them are somewhat damaged, but I haven't gotten any that have been so ridiculously damaged that I was like, ugh, until this order. And unfortunately, the dust cover is pretty beat up and falling apart, but I mean, even that isn't a big deal because I got this for like $4 or $5 when the list price is $17.99, so I mean, it's still a good deal. And now on to the independent bookstores that I went to when I was visiting Asheville over the weekend. So first I'm going to talk about the Battery Park Book Exchange, and this was a really neat little secondhand bookstore. It is a bar and espresso bar and used bookstore all in one. It's pretty massive, and it just has such a huge collection of books, and there's no telling what they're going to have in stock. When you first walk in, you see Leo Tolstoy, The Hunger Games, Ernest Hemingway. There's a variety. The only thing I didn't like about this store is just how overwhelming it was to try to search for books. They did have it organized into young adult, historical, fiction, nonfiction, but it was just so massive, and since it's kind of like a mixed bag of books, there's no way to tell quite what they have. So if you're going to go to this bookstore, I highly recommend that you take at least a full hour just to look at books. Not even to get coffee or a drink if you're over 21, any of that stuff. It's definitely really cool to look through, but it's overwhelming if you're trying to do it kind of quickly. So while I was there, I purchased Hoot by Carl Hiaasen, and this is a middle grade novel. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard really good things about it, and I think they also made it into a movie, so maybe I'll have to check that out. And The Haunted Looking Glass, which is short stories that were picked out by Edward Gorey. And I mainly picked up this book because I wanted to check out and see Bram Stoker's short story, because I've been meaning to read it since I read The Cure for Dreaming, because the main character in that book is obsessed with Dracula. So I definitely wanted to check that out, and this cover is really, really beautiful. The other store that I checked out was Malaprop's bookstore, and it is just hands down the cutest bookstore I've ever been in. You walk in and there's this cute little coffee shop, and the books are just set up in such a beautiful manner, and I loved it. I spent most of my time in there as far as book shopping went, and I was just really, really pleased with the customer service, the setup of the store, the book titles that they had available, and I was just really excited to go there. So the first book that I purchased, and you probably saw it over here because it is on display, is the 10th anniversary edition of Looking for Alaska by John Green, and it's a signed copy in purple. When I saw the production of this book, I just knew that I wanted to own it, and it was just a plus that it was a signed copy. Very exciting to find this, and the dust jacket, it feels really nice. It's really beautiful, and when you take the dust jacket off, it is equally gorgeous. I really like the way this book turned out. Oh, and the inside, there's a little maze on the inside. I don't know, I really love the way this book looks. And it's my favorite John Green book, so that's also a plus. Don't hate me for not loving The Fault in Our Stars more. The next book that I got was Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones, and I adored Howl's Moving Castle by Studio Ghibli. I love pretty much all the movies they put out, but Howl's Moving Castle is definitely my favorite, and I just knew I had to read the book, and I'm so excited about this. And it's a really pretty cover too. And this one might be the coolest feature that Malaprop's had, and it's not new, I've seen it before at the library, but it is a blind date with a book. And they just write these little adjectives on the paper that they wrap it in, and this one had an owl on it, so that was super cute. And it gives you the price on the back, so it's not like you're not going to know how much it cost. But yeah, I'm super excited to find out what's in this little guy. I'll go ahead and read the adjectives to you. It's adorable, uproariously funny, pure fun for all ages, righteous, silly, snakes, gators, suspenseful, environmental, rollicking romp in the swamp. Alright, let's see what's inside. Well, isn't that something? It is Hoot by Carl Hiaasen. I guess now I have 2 copies of this book. So it's not entirely a bad thing that this happened, because this reminded me to tell you guys that Malaprop's actually has this really cool thing where if you get a book that you already own or you've already read, you can return it and you can get a gift card or store credit for their store. So that has been my first ever book haul, and there were definitely some surprises along the way. I found that I had more fun shopping at the independent bookstores because it just gave me a better experience. I got to see the actual production of the books and hold them in my hand and see if it's really what I wanted to purchase and, you know, spend my hard-earned money on. I was really impressed with Malaprop's, and I highly, highly, highly recommend you going there if you're ever in the Asheville area. Go ahead and comment in the comment section below, what is your favorite way to shop for books? Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos as I upload them. Boomsticks? What? This isn't The Evil Dead. Well, I already know what's inside of it.